Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we'll be solving question number 2929. Find the most expensive item. In this question, as you can see, it's a Python. The question is tagged for as Python. So what we'll be learning in this question is to basically how to sort a particular list or any kind of iterator, tuple or anything. So that we will be learning how we can sort that. So here in this example, what is given, we are given this particular list: orange with a price of 10, and then apple with price of 20, banana is price of 5. And what is asked from us is to evaluate and sort this expression. Basically we have to sort this, you can see representing, and we have to sort it by the item price in the canonical order. First we have to sort it by the price name, prices, and if the prices are same, then we have to sort by the item name. So two conditions we have given. So this is the item name and this is the item price. What is asked in the question is to sort it first in the order of price. So let's say orange in this particular example, then how it will become. So first we will be taking banana, which is having a price of 5. Then second price will be this one. So first will be this one, second will be orange, and then third will be apple, because it is having price of 5, it is having price of 10, and it is having price of 20. Let's see one more example where in this example what it is saying. So here we can see these two prices are same. So in this scenario what they are saying is to sort by the name if the two prices are same. So what they mean, does it mean to sort it by the name? We have to consider the lexicographic order. So since so how it will be sorted, fish will come first with price of 14, then come the hamburger with price of 18, because this is lexicographically smaller, and then it will come pork with price of 18. And when we sort the whole list, and then what is asked is to give us the name of the last item in that particular list, which is nothing but the pork. So that's what it is showing. So this is the question that we have to solve. So let's understand like how we can approach this problem. In sort, for a particular sort, we can use two operations in Python. And what are they? So basically the first one is the sort function and the second is sorted. Let's focus on the first one. So if we have some kind of list which we just saw, like orange with value of 10, apple, these kind of values. In this case, what we will be given, we will have to give a particular key and reverse as true or false. So these two parameters are optional. Okay, and this also is optional. So if we have some list name and if we say sort on that one, it will sort that list in an ascending order. And if we mention here reverse equal to true, then it will sort in descending order. Okay, so I think this part is clear. So this is the sort function. So this is the first way of approaching that problem that is given to us. And another is to use the sorted function. In the sorting function, if you can see the definition, we can return Okay, so why we have two kind of functions? Let's talk about that. Let's say we have a tuple. If we are doing a sort on a particular list, then it is fine. It will sort that in the in place. In place means it will change the list itself that is given as an input. We know about tuple that they are immutable in Python, and if we call a sort on tuple, then this particular sort function will give us an error. We can't use sort on tuple. So that's the limitation of sort. Now where does sorted come in place? So to solve that particular scenario, we can use sorted. In sorted, we have to give few parameters. One is the iterable. Iterable is nothing but it can be a list, tuple, or any kind of any kind of iterator. We can provide it in the iterable. So once we provide that iterable, we have to give the key. We will talk about key in few minutes, and the reverse as true or false. So this particular reverse part is same. Here also it is same, and here also it is same. So that is not our point of concern. Only thing we have to focus is now on the key part. So now let's summarize what we have learned till now. We can't use sort on tuples, so to avoid that we have some function called as sorted, which will not sort a particular value, but it will create a copy, and you can store that copy in some variable so that it won't touch the original values, and we have some copy present with that. So if you say we have some list, let's say 1 2 5 7, let's make it 3, let's make it 6, let's make it 2, and then 4. And if we call a sorted on this, let's name it ls, and if we call sorted, we have to provide that list, and then we have to mention, so the other fields are optional, we can mention that's as it is, then it will sort it, then we can store that result in some value. So here this particular list that we have changed is not touched. Only the values, after sorting, the values will be inserted into the variable. We can use this variable to solve our further problem. And this is not the case with sort 1. In the sort, if we are sorting 1 3 6 2 4, then the whole value will be, and it was ls, then we will call ls.sort, and it will sort the whole thing in place, and it will update the value. And if we print the ls again, it will print something like 1 2 3 4 and 6. So the original value will be lost how it was earlier, but with sorted we can maintain that value, and we can get access of the original list as well, or list or any other iterable that we are giving as an input for the sorted. Okay, now we have learned this many things. Few things are left. Let's talk about the key one. Okay, now what is key? So key is nothing but a particular function that we will give to perform the operation. So this function, mostly it will be a lambda kind of function, and in that lambda we will mention some variable x, and then we can mention how we want to. So since it is having only one parameter, we can mention x of 0, and it will take that value. So if we mention like that, or if we skip to, or if we want to skip it, then we can just skip this part. So these are the basics that we have to first aware of before approaching the problem. Now let's try to understand how we can solve with this knowledge. Okay, now in this case we have to, let's use the sorted one. So for the sorted, how we have to use, we are given the list as goods, and in this goods what we have to do, we have to sort it with the help of the price, which is the second parameter. And second parameter in the sorted is the key one, which is optional and also reverse. So let's use the key, and if you use the key, we have to give something like lambda, and let's name it price, or we can just say p. And when we name it p, we have to give how we want to sort it. So what this function will do, it will take the value how we want to sort it. So first we want to take the value, second value we want to take for the solution. So as we know, all the indexing starts in language is from 0 then 1. So this value, this particular element is 0, this is 1, and this is 2, and inside 0 this is the 0th element and this is the first element. Same thing applies for these as well. So keeping that in mind, let's try to put some values here. So if we want to sort it, how we want to do, we want first to consider the value of price, which is nothing but the first value, and if the values are same, we want the function to be considering the value of the name, which is the first parameter. So if we give this value, then the value will be returned with the help of sorted one. We want to save something, we want to save it somewhere, so let's save it in result. And once we have that particular value in place, we have to return the new item name, which is having the most expensive price. So since we have sorted in the ascending order all the values, so last value will be the, so how it will look like, 5, 10 and 20. So at 5th place banana will be there, and for 10th place orange will be there, and for 20th price apple will be there, since it's an ascending order. So the last element of the list will be the result, but we don't need to return the whole element, we need only the name. So let's see how we can do that. Since it's a list, and in the list if we want to access the last element, we will give -1, and in the last element has 2 values, so we want to consider only the first value, which will be the 0th index value, and we just need to return that value. So let's run it. Okay, so as you can see, it is getting accepted. Let's submit it. So it is taking some time, let's wait for some time, and it is getting accepted. Okay, so this is one way that we have solved it. Now let's see how we can use the sort function also, or can we solve it some other way. So if we are using the sort function, then we don't need these values. How we will write, we just need to use goods, then we have to sort it. Since it's a list itself, we can use goods, then we have to sort it, and then we have to provide the key will be a lambda that we will be working on, and let's say price, and in this price how we will want, we want only the first value, so we don't need brackets as well. So price is the first value, is the second value, so we will be referring it with the first index. And then what we will need the first element, so let's make it reverse as 2, So the maximum price will come at the top with this approach. So now the goods, how it will look like when we have sorted it. Now the 20 will come at top, 10 will come at second place, and 5th will be at the bottom. So apple will be on top with 20th price, 10 on orange on second, and banana on 5th, meaning third position. So if we have done that part, then the goods will be stored in this order, and we have to return the first value and first index for that particular name. So that's pretty straightforward how we can do that. Instead of using result, we just need to use goods, and we will take the first value because we have sorted in descending order. And let's try to run this. So this is also getting accepted. Now let's submit. So you can see that it is failing, which is the same reason that we are not considering the values for the name. So the second case, if you see, it is failing because of the second case, which is hamburger, fish and pork. How we can avoid that? We can avoid that by first sorting it with this particular value of the name, and then we can sort it with the price. So if we do that, then it will be following the lexicographical order, and then we will be able to solve it with the sort function as well. So let's copy this test case and let's run it on this. So it is taking some time. Okay, so now let's submit it. Let's wait for it to return. We'll check it, but let's summarize what we have learned. So same thing, we have solved the same problem with two approaches. One is with the sort and sorting in the reverse order, and when we are sorting in the ascending order and we are using the sorted. So the advantage of the sorted is we can use any iterable, and on top of it, so in iterable in the sense we can use the list, tuples or any other value. We can use it and we can simply get a copy of it when we are running the value, and this is much easier and cleaner to use this one. And some scenarios we can use sort itself if we are not using with multiple values. Let's say we have some kind of tuple with 3 values, and if we consider this case itself, here orange is there, 10 is there, and if we have some value which will mention something for the date when it is created or when it is harvested. So let's say not the date, let's say the month. So if we have months from 1 to 12, then this will represent the March, and this will represent January, and this will represent let's say August. So these three, so instead of having 2 values in the tuple, we have 3 values, and it can have multiple values. So how it is looking right now, so we have orange which is having a price of 10, and it is harvested in the March. So similar way we have these values as well, and somebody wants us to find out the price in the small, which is maximum price and what is the lowest harvest month. Then we have to consider this one as well. So we have to update our function, which we have to update in the lambda one with the help of so we can mention something like p1 we will be using the for the price, and then we have to use 2 for the, because the third element, so we will be using 3, and we finally return the value for the name. So any kind of characters can be thrown at you, or any kind of variables that can be put in the tuple or a list. We have to use it to, so we have to figure it out which one we have to use. So if you find this video insightful, do like, share and subscribe, and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching.